TV from Bridgeport as Bridgeport comes in off of their first win of the season. They come in with a record of 1-5 as this past Sunday they defeated the Sydney Seniors 8-4 as Nate Billy for Bridgeport went 2 for 4 in that game. Jake Wallison went 3 for 4 and Scout Gamble went 2 for 3 for Bridgeport. For Gering Platte Valley Companies, they come in with a record of 4-1. They went 2-1 at the Platte Valley Companies tournament this past weekend, starting off with a win over Shadron by a count of 6-0. Then they lost their first game of the year to the Cornhusker FNBO National Seniors by a count of 10-5 was the final score there. And then they finished up with a win over the CBC Post 2 Drillers out of Casper, Wyoming, with a final score of 11-8 in that contest. So pregame comments coming up next from head coach Rick Kinnaman, and this is the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show on 93.3 KMOR.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
May is National Electrical Safety Month. Accidents and fires involving electricity result in more than 1,000 deaths and tens of thousands of injuries every year. The majority of those tragedies could be prevented with greater awareness of how to stay safe. Start by involving children by inviting them to visit safeelectricity.org. So let's all do our part to learn more about electrical safety during the month of May. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your Touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Bridgeport versus the Gering senior team. Starting off with Gering.
We're back tonight on the Rural Radio Network. Chris Cottrell joining things now here on our pregame show on the Rural Radio Network. Time to catch up right now with Gering Platte Valley Company skipper Rick Kinnaman ahead of first pitch with Gering on the road tonight over at Bridgeport. Time to see how things went this weekend, and really all things considered pretty good for Gering Platte Valley Companies right now. The record, coach, at 4-1. You go 2-1 against some pretty good competition, I would expect. Overall, what'd you make of things?
Well, yeah, it was tournament-wise a real good tournament. The competition was pretty good for the most part. A lot of tight games. It's kind of the way a tournament should be. As far as our play in it, for the most part, we were pretty solid. We had a few little moments, but early season, that's to be expected.
Early season on the mound, team ERA right now sitting at 284, and I know that's just one column as far as the stats concerned, but you keep getting that type of production all summer, and it should be a pretty good year.
Oh yeah, we started off pretty good. First 3 games, I think, were all complete games, and pitch count was kept down pretty good. The defense played very well behind them. If we can keep it like that, we'll have some great success. But a lot of that's not just the pitching; it's also the defense behind it.
Yep, got to throw strikes and pick it behind the guys on the mound. That's for sure. Let's look at offensively right now. Team batting average at 276. How you feel about where things are at with the bats in the hands right now?
Well, I think we got a ways to go with that. I'm surprised it's that that good actually. We seem to swing and miss the ball a lot. And for as much as we've worked on this, I think we'd be a little better at making contact. But that's just one of those growing pains that you go through. And like we said, it's early in the season. But that's something that's got to get better, or we will struggle against some teams.
Another busy week for you at Bridgeport tonight, I believe, hosting Sydney tomorrow, and then more tournament action this weekend. So the grind gets going, and it really never stops once you get into this type rhythm, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right. Especially June. You hit the first week of June, and then before you know it, you've played 20, 30 games, and June's over. So that's kind of the way that goes.
Now, as far as I think every year when we talk about taking on Bridgeport, it always feels like you're coming off a long weekend of action, and this is the type of setting where I know you try to hammer to the kids. You've got to be ready. You can't be lackadaisical, or a team like this can jump up and bite you.
Yeah, they do have some players. They've worked hard to develop a program down there, and with the small population, they've done a pretty decent job of getting some quality athletes on the field. And yeah, you're right. If we come out with a lackadaisical attitude, we could be in trouble.
Now let's get you on this one up with Gering. Can I remember a quick?
Back then, I could have convinced myself that maybe you called when I was out. You didn't know what to
Gering Platte Valley Companies wrapping up this junior-senior doubleheader here tonight at Bridgeport. Coach, as always, we appreciate it. Best of luck in this one.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network. We're back tonight.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
May is National Electrical Safety Month. Accidents and fires involving electricity result in more than 1,000 deaths and tens of thousands of injuries every year. The majority of those tragedies could be prevented with greater awareness of how to stay safe. Start by involving children by inviting them to visit safeelectricity.org. So let's all do our part to learn more about electrical safety during the month of May. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your Touchstone Energy partner, the power of human connections.
Base hit into center field by Brady Radzimski. And on the pass ball, Brady moves down to second base as Jack Franklin steps in, the number 2 hitter for Gering here tonight as Jack comes in hitting .062 on the year. And we'll set the offensive lineup for Gering here at our next opportunity. 1 ball, no strikes to Jack Franklin as he looks at a pitch low to make it 2-0. Alex Barnett on the mound for the Bridgeport Bombers. Scott Gamble behind the plate. Montgomery Brown is your second baseman. Colton Creehigh is at first base. Jake Wallison is at shortstop as the 2-0 pitch gets by the catcher, and that'll allow Brady Radzimski to move up to third base. And the count now 3 balls, no strikes to Jack Franklin. Nate Billy is in left field. Levi Wyerts is in center field, and Matt Monheiser is in right field for the Bombers. Just underway here from Bridgeport as Barnett, the 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Jack taking all the way. Jack will be on the mound for Gering here. His second start of the season, got the win over Alliance. The first meeting between those two teams back on May 25th. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Jack, and the count now full. As Jack last season hit .318 on the year. From the stretch, Barnett checks at third, comes home, and that pitch on misses on the outside corner. And that gives Gering runners at first and third base, and now Jack hung up between first and second, and he'll be safe at second base. And Brady Radzimski will stay at third base, so some aggressive base running by Jack Franklin. And now Gering with runners at second and third and no outs here as Riley Shaneman will step to the plate. Riley batting from that right side. First pitch from Barnett, the left-hander, misses for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to Riley Shaneman. No outs here. Riley will be followed up by Riley Hoke. The 1-0 misses high, and now the count 2 balls, no strikes. As Riley comes in hitting .357 on the season. No homers and 4 runs driven in. Here's the 2-0. Misses on the outside, and once again Barnett goes 3 balls, no strikes to a Gering hitter. Came back to run the count to 3-2 on Jack Franklin. And Barnett not wanting to load the bases up. 3-0 pitch, and base is now loaded for Gering. And back-to-back walks given up by Alex Barnett. And Riley Hoke, the number 4 hitter in the order. First pitch misses outside for a ball. Well, our opening pitch was brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scotts Bluff. It's love at 425 degrees, and don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. Here's a fly ball into center field, and Ranger Barnett stepping off the back of the rubber, now steps back on. Big lead taken at first by Adric Kahn. The throw home, and that's fouled out of play, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and no strikes. Check that, no balls and 2 strikes with an out, and the base is loaded. Barnett from the full wind. The 0-2 misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mason hitting an even 100 on the year. He struck out 8 times on the season to this point as Gering comes in with a record of 1-4. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and 2 outs as Brumbaugh strikes out. And here's Dalton Weiss. And we'll have our first lefty-lefty matchup here in this contest as Dalton coming from the left side. Base is loaded and 2 outs. First pitch to Dalton. Misses low for ball 1. Dalton hitting .357 this season. No homers and 7 runs driven in. 1-0 misses low. 2-0. Franklin at third, Shaneman at second, and Kahn at first for Gering. Only 1 run in so far for Gering here in the top of the first inning. The 2-0 hit on the ground towards first. That'll be fielded there by Kreha. He'll step on the bag, and that'll do it for Gering here in the first. They get 1 run home, and after the first half inning, Gering 1, Bridgeport nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Feeling overwhelmed with your emotions? Morrill County Community Hospital can help. Our behavioral health provider, Melody Lacey, is welcoming new patients from depression, anxiety, to cognitive behavioral therapy. Melody Lacey is dedicated to earning your trust and confidence, and with her expertise, you're assured the highest quality healthcare service possible. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
And welcome back to Bridgeport. 1-0 Gering as we go to the home half of the first inning here in Bridgeport. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, Gamble, Brown, and Creha to lead things off. Jack Franklin on the mound for Gering. Comes in with a record of 1-0 on the season in 7 innings pitched. He got the win versus Alliance back on May 26th and fires across a first pitch strike to Gamble. 7 innings pitched. He gave up no runs on 6 hits. He struck out 7 and walked 1. The 0-1 pitch, now making no balls, 2 strikes to Scout Gamble. Comes in to this game hitting .500 on the year. And he stays alive as he fouls the 0-2 pitch off. Brady Radzimski behind the plate for Gering. Green, Shaneman, Strau, and Weiss from third to first across the infield. Kahn, Hoke, and Brumbaugh from left to right in the outfield. 0-2 pitch. This is driven into right center field. This will roll clear to the fence. Gamble around first on his way to second as the throw from Hoke comes into Shaneman. And a double to start this game off for Bridgeport. And Gamble in scoring position at second base as Miller will come in to run for Scout Gamble at second base. Caleb Miller coming in, the number 2 hitter for Bridgeport. Montgomery Brown looks at a first pitch strike. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch, missing low. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the number 2 hitter, Montgomery Brown. He'll be followed up by Colton Creha. And Jack working quickly ahead in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Gering here in the bottom of the first inning from Bridgeport. Brown in the right-handed batter's box. Franklin winds and delivers and stays alive as he fouls that pitch off. And Gering tonight in the gold jerseys, the white pants, new gold jerseys. Very sharp looking with Gering across the front as Brown swings and misses at the 1-2 pitch. And the first strikeout for Jack Franklin, and 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting, Colton.
Runner on at
First base.
second. It's Franklin from the stretch, delivers his first pitch to Creha, and he takes a big cut at that one. Creha comes in hitting .286 this season. 0-1, make it no balls, 2 strikes. As Franklin doing a good job working ahead of these hitters. Gave up the base hit to Gamble to start this game off, but since then he retired Montgomery Brown on a strikeout, and 3 straight pitches, and Creha goes down as a strikeout victim. So 2 down. And that'll bring up Jake Wallison to the plate. First pitch to Wallison. That's fouled out of play, straight back to the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. Gering returns home tomorrow night to take on Sydney for the second time this season. 0-1, check swing, making no balls, 2 strikes to Wallison. And we'll have that game for you tomorrow night on 106.9 The Trail. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on, pitch high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Wesco on the road tonight, they're in Cheyenne to take on Post 6. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 3. And after giving up the base hit, Jack Franklin comes back and strikes out the next 3 batters he faces. 1-0 Gering on the Wesco scoreboard.
Jake Franklin.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right.
This bed is way too hard.
It's perfect for me.
This bed is way too soft.
Ah, just what I needed. This bed is just right.
So come on over to Leaf Heads.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Back to Bridgeport. Jeff Kelly with you as we go to the top of the second inning. Gering on top 1-0 as Blake Green will lead things off. Barnett on the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch swinging. And Blake fouls that one out of play. Blake comes into action tonight, leading this team, 6 runs driven in, hitting .385 on the season. No balls and 1 strike. Barnett's next pitch hit on the ground towards third. Schultz will field, fire over the throw high, but it's pulled down by Kreha. And 1 up, 1 down. In the Platte Valley Company's tournament, over the 3 games, went 6 for 8 and drove in 2 runs, leading this team with a batting average of .571. First pitch swinging. And this is driven into left field. It will fall fair just at the foul line, and Brady around first into second. And Radzimski started off the game with a base hit, and he's 2 for 2 on the night as he is in scoring position now at second base. And Jack Franklin stepping in. 2 down. 1-0 Gering. First pitch to Jack gets by the catcher, but Brady will stay put at second base. As we said, Jack struggling just a little bit this season, only batting .062 coming into action tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Barnett misses inside, and 2-0 to the Gering pitcher. Batting from the right side, stands in there. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, that gets by the catcher, and that'll move Radzimski up 90 feet to third base. And after the leadoff double, Radzimski now at third base and 90 feet away from the second run of the game for Gering. Scout Gamble behind the plate for Bridgeport here this evening. From the stretch, that hits Jack Franklin. And so Jack will get the free pass down to first base as he was hit by the pitch. And the Gering Platte Valley Companies with runners at the corners, as Radzimski will have a pinch runner come in. It'll be Carmelo Timblin come in to pinch run for Brady Radzimski. And Gering Platte Valley Companies with runners at the corners and 2 outs. And Riley Shaneman, who walked his first time up, the first pitch as Franklin scampers to second base. Of course, won't draw the throw with the base runner at third base. One ball and no strikes. Pitch missing high, 2-0. Riley was the losing pitcher in Game 2 of that Platte Valley Company's tournament and went 5 1/3 innings. Gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. The 2-0 pitch. Make it 3 balls, no strikes to Riley Shaneman with Carmelo Timblin on third, pinch running for Brady Radzimski, and Jack Franklin on at second. Here's the 3-0. That gets by the catcher. Gamble again to Timblin. The head first slide. He'll be in there safe as he doesn't draw a throw from Gamble. And that makes it 2-0. Gering here with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Franklin moves up to third. And Shaneman moves all the way around to second base. And 2 outs now. Gering trying to add on to this 2-0 lead. And now Riley Hoke, who flew out to center his first time up, stands in there for the second time, and that pitch bounces. But a nice job by Gamble to stay in front of that one with the runner on third. 1-0. Hoke hitting .211 on the year. 1-0, hit on the ground. This will go towards short. Wallace and Fields. Throw over. Will be in time. And that will do it for Gering here in the second inning. Gering adds a run after 1.5. 2-0 Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
They now lead, headed to the bottom of the second.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Inglehop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Imagine Wi-Fi like you've never experienced. Imagine Wi-Fi that delivers the ultimate coverage, security, and performance. Now, you don't have to imagine. Experience the Allo Blast. Built with advanced Wi-Fi 6 technology, the Allo Blast lets you do more anywhere in your home without interruption. It's time to give your Wi-Fi a blast. Contact Allo today.
And welcome back to Bridgeport as we go to the home half of the second. 2-0. Gering on top is Schultz to lead things off. And after looking at a first pitch ball, he fouls the 1-0 pitch off, leaving the count up at a ball and a strike. It'll be Schultz as he fouls off the 1-1 pitch, and he's down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. As Schultz goes down swinging, and that's the 4th straight strikeout for Jack Franklin as he has retired the last 3 batters he faced in the first after giving up a base hit to lead the game off. And the first pitch in there to Nate Billy for a ball. 1-0 pitch, hit back to the pitcher. Franklin fields cleanly, underhand toss to Dalton Weiss at first base. And 2 up, 2 down for Gering here in the bottom of the second inning. They've scored runs in each of the first 2 innings, and here comes the left-handed hitting Alex Barnett. getting things started on the mound for Bridgeport here this evening. Up for the first time tonight. First pitch from Franklin in there for strike one. Barnett hitting 143 on the year. 0-1. Little dribble out in front of the plate. Radzimski will field, fire over, and the throw low, but a nice pick by Dalton Weiss at first base. Bridgeport goes down in order in the home half of the second after 2-0 Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Gering Platte Valley Companies leading Bridgeport 2-0 as we go to the top of the third inning, and 5, 6, and 7 in the Gering order. Adric Kahn, Mason Brumbaugh, and Dalton Weiss for Gering. And Alex Barnett on the mound for his third inning of work. First pitch to Kahn, misses outside, 4-1.
Left fielder, Adric Kahn.
Jack Franklin retiring Bridgeport in order in the bottom half of the second inning. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Adric walked his last time up. 2-0 Gering here in the top of the third inning. Got started just a little bit late as some rain moved through the area, and the junior game got started about a half hour late. 1-1 inside, 2 balls and a strike. Adric in the second game of that Platte Valley Companies tournament went 2 for 3, drove in a run, despite the fact that Gering suffered their first loss of the season. And the 2-1 pitch driven foul, third base side. That'll even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Action in the Bridgeport bullpen. Cruz, like he's getting some warm-up tosses in. 2-2 pitch, and Kahn looks at a called third strike. And Adric goes down looking for the first out of the inning. His 7th strikeout of the year for Adric Kahn. And here's Mason Brumbaugh with 1 out, nobody on, and that pitch misses way outside, slipped out of the hand of Alex Barnett. 1 ball and no strikes. Brumbaugh struck out back in the first inning. The 1-0 delivery, that misses high, 2-0. Two nothing Gering here with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Now time taken by Brumbaugh as he steps off the back of the mound to tie his shoe. Lights on here at Bridgeport. Brumbaugh steps back in. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. Last year in this matchup between these two teams here in Bridgeport, a little problem with the lights. As they went to turn them on and the lights just didn't stay on steady. They just continued, looked like a disco flashing lights as the lights had a little bit of a problem here in Bridgeport, which caused the game to end early. And Gering with the win. Brumbaugh draws the walk. And with one down, Dalton Weiss. And we've got the lefty-lefty matchup right here. Dalton grounded out to third. And Schultz playing in on the edge of the infield grass. Weiss squares to bunt, pitch low in the dirt. That gets by Gamble. And Weiss will move down to second base and into scoring position. As Cruz continues to warm in the Bridgeport bullpen down the third base line. 1-0 to Dalton Weiss. Barnett from the stretch. Weiss squares the bunt. Pitch gets by, and that'll allow Brumbaugh to move up 90 feet. And another wild pitch by Barnett. And Barnett struggling here as he saw 7 batters in the first inning. Home that came in via the balk. Green looks at the 3-1 pitch and takes it for strike 2. And the count now full to Blake Green. From Oregon Trail Park at the end of the third, the Western Nebraska Pioneers lead the Big Sticks 1-0. Payoff pitch misses. That gets by the catcher. And that'll be a walk given up to Blake Green. And Dalton Weiss on the pass ball moves up 90 feet. And it'll be Tristan Stroud, the number 9 hitter in the Gering order. 5th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the third inning. Gering with a 3-0 lead. Quick throw over to first base. Kriha taking the throw to keep Blake Green close at first base. Tristan 0 for 1 on the night. Grounded out to third. His first home up. Squares to bunt and another hit by pitch. And that'll load the bases in the second. Batter hit by a pitch here in the top of the third inning. So 2 walks for Barnett and 2 batters hit by a pitch after the strikeout of Adric Kahn. And we go back to the top of the order for Gering, and it'll be Brady Radzimski up for the 3rd time in the game. Brady 2 for 2. Led it off with a base hit in the top of the first inning. First pitch swinging, and he drives this one foul out of play. First base side. No balls and 1 strike. Then he had a double in the second inning. Trying to go 3 for 3. The 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brady with a slugging percentage of .714. Coming into action tonight. The 1-1 hit on the ground. Charging is the shortstop. Wallison throws home. Nobody there as Weiss comes in to score to make it 4-0. Gering. And the base is loaded.
Unable to get the force out at home.
So that puts Blake Green,
the pitcher, number 22, Jack Franklin,
at third base.
1 out. Gering leads.
Tristan Stroud at first. And Brady Radzimski on at first for Jack Franklin. And some RBI opportunities out there for Jack. First pitch from Barnett. Misses inside. 1-0. Jack drew the walk in the first. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning. 1-0 pitch, and Jack takes a big cut at that pitch, drives it foul, third base side. That'll make it a ball and a strike to Jack Franklin. Jack from the right side. The 1-1 pitch from Barnett. Little grounder. Wallison charging from short. He'll come home this time for the force at home. And there's 2 down.
So hit to the shortstop. Wallison throws it home for the force for out number 2. There's
2 down for Gering here.
2 outs now. That'll bring you to plate number 99.
As Stroud moves over to third. As Carmelo Timblin came in to pinch run for Radzimski. He's at second. And now Jack Franklin on at first. And the number 3 hitter in the Gering order, Riley Shaneman, up for the 3rd time this afternoon. 2 outs. Wild pitch. As Stroud will slide in safe at home. And 5-0 Gering here with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning.
So runners on second and third, 2 outs here. Gering leads 5-0.
And the bases
to the top of the 3rd.
with runners at second and third for Riley Shaneman. Riley this evening has walked twice. Barnett from the full wind, the 1-0 pitch, and Riley fouls it out of play to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley Hoke on the on-deck circles, giving a little bit of hitting advice. 1-1 pitch, misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Riley's improved his batting average last year, ended the season batting .091 in that shortened season, as Gering got to play 30 games on the year due to the pandemic. And the count, 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs and 2 on. Gering on top, 5-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch down low, and now that loads the bases up for Gering Platte Valley Companies.
So they're loaded once again.
And the base is now loaded once again, and time called, and that will bring in a new pitcher. That'll be Cruz will come in. Jacob Cruz will come in, and that will do it for Alex Barnett with his team down 5-0 in this contest with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Well, Monument Physical Therapy in Gering offers the Bumps and Bruises program, offering 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering. Right-handed throwing Jacob Cruz, warming things up for Bridgeport. As Bridgeport coming in tonight with a record of 1-5 on the season. Got a win over the Sydney Seniors on Sunday, and the Sydney Seniors will be in Gering tomorrow night to take on Gering Platte Valley Companies, and we'll have that game for you here on the Rural Radio Network, and we'll be on 106.9 The Trail tomorrow night. Pre-game roughly between 6:45 and 7 o'clock. Of course, everything kind of works off of when the juniors game gets over. But we'll have that one for you tomorrow on 106.9 The Trail. Then coming up on Thursday, we'll have the Wesco Zephyrs as they will host Kearney in a doubleheader. The first game at 5 o'clock, pregame at 4:45. And our next Gering broadcast will be Wednesday, June 9th, as Gering will travel to Chadron to take on the Chadron Seniors. And our pregame will start roughly around 6:45 in that contest. Cruz continuing with his warm-up tosses for Bridgeport. As for Bridgeport. Barnett goes 2 2/3 innings. Gives up 5 runs on 2 hits, walked 7, and struck out 2. And Jacob Cruz comes in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And don't know if we gave you the defensive lineup for Bridgeport. Schultz is at third, Wallison at short, Brown at second, Creha at first. And Billy is in left field. Wyerts is in center. And Monheiser is in right field for Bridgeport here tonight in the purple jerseys and the gray pants. So Cruz has completed his warm-up tosses. And Riley Hoke at the plate. First pitch swinging. Pops this one up on the infield. Wallison calling for it. He'll be called off by Brown, who will make the catch. And that does it for Gering in the third. 5-0 Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Leading off here in the bottom of the third for the Bombers, left fielder number 10, Levi Wyerts.
Back here for the bottom of the third inning. Jack Franklin on for his third inning of work. And Levi Wyerts at the place. And swings at the 1-0 pitch and even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gering on top 5-0. It'll be 8-9-1 in the Bridgeport order as Wyerts fouls off the 1-1 pitch. And now he's down on the count. A ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch in there for strike 3, and Wyerts goes down looking for the first out of the inning.
That'll bring to the plate number 11.
5th strikeout for Jack Franklin on the evening. As Jack came in with 7 strikeouts on the night, he's operating quickly as Monheiser looks at the first pitch for a strike.
We're here to serve you.
No balls and 1 strike. Monheiser from the left side takes a big cut and he's down on the count. 0-2. Jack retired Bridgeport in order back in the second inning. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. And back-to-back strikeouts for Jack Franklin here in the third inning. 2 down as we go back to the top of the order for Scout Gamble.
Number 5, Scout Gamble.
As we've had some changes defensively for Gering. As Tristan Strau has moved over to third base and Green has moved over to second. 0-1 the count to Gamble. 0-1 pitch, make it 0-2, and Jack Franklin dealing here after giving up a base hit to Gamble to start this game off. He has been unhittable The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack ready to go. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. And Gamble stays alive as he fouls off that pitch. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gamble 1 for 1. As we said, he had the base hit to start this game off for Bridgeport. Swing and a miss. And Bridgeport goes down in order in the bottom of the third. Through 3, Gering 5, Bridgeport nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
We go to the top of the 4th inning here in Bridgeport. And Gering Platte Valley Company's leading Bridgeport 5-0. And for Gering Platte Valley Company's pitcher Jack Franklin, he is retired. Bridgeport in order in the last 2 innings and now has 7 strikeouts on the night. And he has equaled his strikeout total for this season, so 14 strikeouts for Jack Franklin on the year. 5, 6, and 7 for Gering here in the 4th. Adric Kahn to lead things off to face Jacob Cruz, and looks at the first pitch from Cruz for strike 1. Gering with the high pants tonight with the blue stirrups and the horizontal gold stripes and the gold jerseys for Gering here tonight. 0-1 pitch. On the ground towards third, backhand stop by Schultz. He'll fire over in time to retire Adric Kahn. And 1 down. So 1 up, 1 down for Bridgeport. And here's Mason Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh tonight has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1 on the evening. First pitch from Cruz, swung on and missed. And Mason, no balls and 1 strike. Third time up for Brumbaugh in the game, and Cruz on in relief of Alex Barnett, who went 2 2/3. The 0-1 pitch, missing way outside. And evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Gering on top 5-0. They're right back in action tomorrow night at home as they will face the Sydney Seniors for the 2nd time this season. They face them to lead their season off a week ago. 2-1 to Mason Brumbaugh. Mason in right field for Gering Platte Valley Companies tonight. Cruz goes from the stretch, and a high pitch is swung on and missed by Mason. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dalton Weiss on deck for Gering. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch hit on the ground towards short. That'll be fielded by Schultz at third. The throw over is in time. And 2 up, 2 down by Schultz.
Out number 2. 2 up, 2 down.
2 down for Gering here in the
They lead this one 5-0.
top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Dalton Weiss.
Number 12, first baseman Dalton Weiss.
As Dalton up for the fouls first pitch off as Dalton up for the 3rd time as he's 0 for 1 on the evening. Grounded out to third base back in the 5th inning. No balls and 1 strike to Weiss. Cruz delivers, and he misses that one on the outside corner. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on for Gering here in the 4th. They lead it 5-0. 1-1 pitch, low and inside. They're going to say that hit Dalton Weiss. So Dalton will get the free pass to first base.
1 on, 2 out.
And with 2 outs, Blake Green will come to the plate. Green leads his team, as we said, in RBIs with 6 on the season. And with Weiss on at first base and 2 down, Dalton would like to get another RBI in the first pitch. Misses high for a ball, 1-0. Should Green get on, Tristan Strau is on deck, the number 9 hitter for Gering Platte Valley Companies. From the stretch, Cruz delivers, runner goes, the throw down will not be in time, skips past and goes into shallow center field. And Wyerts fields it and fires it back in. That'll keep Dalton Weiss at
2 out, 2-0 count.
second base and into scoring position. And Blake Green ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Cruz looks in, gets a sign from Gamble. 2-0 pitch, misses low. That gets by just a little bit. Runner goes to third as Weiss in safely at third, and a nice backup by Wallison at shortstop as that throw down from Gamble got past Schultz. And the 6th run of the game for Gering, 90 feet away. Three and 0 the count to Green. The pitch misses outside, and that'll put runners at the corners for Gering.
Gets a 4-pitch walk. That'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs.
And
bring the plate
here's
number
Tristan
6,
Strau for
number 9 hitter, Tristan
Gering.
Strau.
Tristan up for the 3rd time here this afternoon, hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Cruz, as the runner from first goes, he won't draw a throw with the runner on at third base. And Gering Platte Valley Companies now with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Gering on top, 5-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Cruz from the stretch, that pitch bounces, and a nice job behind the plate by Gamble to block that one. Keep it from going back to the fence and keep Weiss on at third base. Green takes the lead at second. 2-0 pitch, and another nice job by Scout Gamble behind the plate to keep that pitch in front of him. But the count 3-0, and Cruz not wanting to load the bases up here with 2 outs and his team down by 5 runs. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike as Tristan taking all the way. Tristan thought that was a ball, started to make his way down to first base, but he's ahead in the count. 3-1 here with 2 outs and 2 on for Gering. They lead it 5-0 here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. And Tristan looks at a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tristan waving the bat in that right-handed batter's box. Waits the payoff pitch from Cruz as it comes home, and he drives it foul out of play and stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bridgeport, prior to the win against Sydney on Sunday, was 0-5 on the season. Payoff pitch from Cruz misses outside, and that loads the bases up for Gering Platte Valley Companies with 2 outs. And we go back to the top of the order for the
Number 11, Brady Radzimski.
hot-hitting Brady Radzimski. Hits in the first and second inning. Stands up there with the bases loaded. And 2 outs. First pitch, Brady takes a big cut at that one. No balls and a strike. Brady 2 for 3 on the night. Cruz will come home from the stretch. Pitch misses outside. That'll leave it up at a ball and a strike. 2 outs, bases loaded for Gering. Looking to expand on their 5-0 lead here. 1-1 pitch. And Brady takes another big cut at that one, and now he's down on the count. A ball and 2 strikes. That pitch fouled third base side. Brady coming in with tonight's action with 2 runs batted in. Cruz with the 1-2, and that pitch way inside to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2s across the board for Gering here. The base is loaded. Cruz looks in, the 2-2 pitch outside, and the count full to Brady Radzimski. No place to put Brady, as Weiss is at third, Green is at second, Tristan Strau is at first base. Cruz from the stretch. Payoff pitch misses high, and the runners were off with the pitch, but with the walk, that makes it 6-0. Gering. And the bases remain loaded for Gering Platte Valley Companies. Makes it 6-0, and that'll bring Jack Franklin up, and a mound visit for Bridgeport. And there was any action in the Bridgeport bullpen as Jacob Cruz gets a visit from one of the Bridgeport coaches. It's his team down 6-0 now, but the bases remain loaded. And Jack Franklin will be at the plate. He's walked and was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Conference on the mound over, but catcher Scout Gamble will make his way back behind home plate.
Now batting, number 2 in the lineup, number 22, Jack Franklin.
There's Jack Franklin for Gering. Jack 0 for 1 on the night. Bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch to Jack. And a nice block by Gamble. Not quite sure where that ball was. Ended up right in front of him. It's 1-0 to Jack Franklin, who has been magnificent on the mound through the first 3 innings. 1-0 pitch. That gets away just a little bit from Gamble, but not far enough to allow Green to advance from third base. Once again, no place to put Franklin. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs for Gering here in the top of the 4th inning. Cruz from the stretch, 2-0, misses high, 3-0. Jack with the bases loaded here. 3 balls and no strikes, the count. Cruz will come from the stretch. The pitch high and a 4-pitch walk, and another run comes in for Gering. And they now lead it 7-0. And the third straight walk given up by Jacob Cruz. And Riley Shaneman now the batter, and he comes up with the bases loaded. Cruz struggling here in the fourth as first pitch low in the dirt. Riley Shaneman looks at ball one. Riley looking for an opportunity here tonight. Has walked all 3 times he's been at the plate this evening. The 1-0 misses low, 2-0. And Gamble working hard behind the plate for the Bridgeport Bombers. As the starting pitcher, Barnett, struggled, and now on a relief, Jacob Cruz struggling just a little bit here in the top of the 4th inning for Bridgeport. 2-0, make it 3-0 as that gets by. Tristan Strau will come home with the head first slide, and it's Gering 8-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning.
Runners do advance to second and third.
And everybody moves up 90 feet for Gering Platte Valley Companies. 8-0 Gering, and we're going to have another pitching change for Bridgeport. Let's see.
Take advantage of that concession stand.
And it looks like it will be the third baseman. Schultz will come on to pitch for the Bridgeport Bombers. And that'll probably be it for Jacob Cruz here tonight. So with 2 down, Gering has brought 3 runs home in the top of the 4th inning on no hits. And the new pitcher is Schultz. Holden Schultz on the mound for Bridgeport, the third pitcher here tonight for the Bridgeport Bombers. So we'll have some changes defensively for the Bombers as they came into action tonight with a record of 1-5 on the year. Prior to the win over Sydney on Sunday, they had lost their 5th game of the year to the Laramie Rangers. Final score 8-0 as Laramie put 7 runs on in the bottom of the 3rd inning to win that game. And Barnett got the start on the mound. Cruz came in relief of him as Bridgeport lost their 5th game in a row. Well, Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all of your quality automotive repair needs. And be sure to contact Jennifer Urdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage, for a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. Jeff Kelly coming to you tonight from the Logos broadcast booth. And Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. As we said, this past weekend, Gering went 2-1 in the Platte Valley Companies tournament. They started the weekend off with a 6-0 win over the Shadron Seniors as Gering had 4 runs in the 3rd. They put 2 more runs on in the 5th inning for the 6-0 win. 6 runs on 8 hits for Gering and 1 error. And the winning pitcher was Dalton Weiss. He got the complete game win, going 7 innings, giving up no runs on 2 hits, struck out 11. So Schultz has completed his warm-up tosses, and it'll be Riley Shaneman for Gering. Seventh batter to come to the plate, and this one is hit in the air towards second base. And Brown will grab that one, and that'll be it for Gering here in the top of the fourth inning. 8-0, Gering leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
We do two pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Leading off for the Bombers, number 12, second baseman, Montgomery Brown.
Eight nothing Gering as we go to the home half of the fourth inning. As Brown leads things off, he'll be followed up by Creha and then Wallison. And he fouls the first pitch off from Jack Franklin for strike one. Pitch down low in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brown struck out back in the first inning. 7 strikeouts for Jack Franklin to this point in the game. Here's the 1-1 pitch at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A final from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Post 6 defeats Wesco 8-1. Franklin winds the 1-2 delivery. That's hit foul down the first base line, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes as Brady Radzimski goes out to talk to Jack Franklin. Defensively, everything remains the same for Gering. 1-2 pitch in there for strike 3. And Brown goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Jack retired Bridgeport in order in the second and third inning, and after giving up a base hit to Gamble to start the game, came back and struck out the side in the first inning. 8 strikeouts for Jack Franklin as Colton Creha with a big cut at the burst offering from Jack Franklin for strike 1. The 0-1, make it 0-2. Creha tonight, 0 for 1 as he struck out back in the first inning. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and the 9th strikeout of the night by Jack Franklin, and there's 2 up, 2 down. And here's Jake Wallison up for the Bridgeport Bombers. Franklin winds and delivers and just misses inside. 1-0 to Wallison. 1-0 pitch, high fastball for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wallison. 2 outs, nobody on here in the home half of the fourth. 8-0 Gering. The 1-2 pitch, just missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on for Bridgeport. 2-2 pitch. This is hit foul out of play. And Wallison stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Franklin working efficiently, only 45 pitches. 2-2 pitch in the air. Center field. Hope there, and Riley will reach up and make the catch. And that will do it for Bridgeport here in the 4th inning, as Gering leads it 8-0 after 4 on the West Coast scoreboard. We go to the 5th inning here in Bridgeport, 8-0 Gering. It has been all Gering here in this one tonight, and it's been as a result of the stellar pitching from Jack Franklin. Through 4 innings, he's given up no runs on only 1 hit, and he has struck out 9. As Gering with 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 in the 4th inning. Riley Hoke will lead things off for Gering Platte Valley Companies in the 5th inning, as Holden Schultz, the 3rd Bridgeport pitcher, on for his 2nd inning of work. As Barnett started things off, he was relieved by Cruz this 5th inning by Schultz. And that'll give Gering with runners at 1st and 2nd. With 1 out, as Dalton Weiss now the batter. Dalton stands in that left-handed batter's box. He's ready to go as the runner from 2nd goes. This is hit in the air to right center field. The catch can't be made. And rounding 3rd and coming in to score for the 9th run of the game is Adric Kahn. And Dalton Weiss with a double. And runners at 2nd and 3rd. Mason Brumbaugh at 3rd. But a nice base hit for Dalton Weiss, his 1st of the night. And Gering now on top, 9-0. And the first pitch gets by. And the runner from 3rd comes home, 10-0 Gering. As Brumbaugh scores on the pass ball. And Weiss moves up to 3rd base as Blake Green looks at a 1-0 count. Gering 2 runs home here in the 5th. Weiss at 3rd as Green pops this one up on the infield. And a little miscommunication there, but Cruz coming on to make the catch. And Cruz with the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 down for Tristan Strow.
Second baseman Tristan Strow.
And Strow at the plate for the 3rd time tonight, with Weiss on at 3rd base. First pitch from Schultz. And Strow rips that one foul. down the first base line. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, big cut by Tristan, 0-2. 2 down, 1 on for Gering. 10-0. The 0-2 pitch, low in the dirt, 1-2. Stay with us. We'll have the Runs and Post game show. Recap this one as Gering looking at their 5th win of the season here. They lead it 10-0. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, and they're going to say Tristan swung at that one, and he strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning. After 4.5, it's 10-0 Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Jeff Kelly back in Bridgeport, 10-0 Gering. And last chance here for Bridgeport as the first pitch fired inside. And leading things off is Holden Schultz. Jack fires across the next pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. So it'll be Schultz, Billy, and the pitcher spot. 2 balls and 1 strike to Schultz, who is 0 for 1 on the night, only up for the 2nd time tonight. Takes a big cut at the 2-1 pitch to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gering leads it 10-0. 2-2 pitch in there for strike 3. No, a drop 3rd strike, and Radzimski will tag Schultz. And that'll be out number 1. We said Jack is retired. Bridgeport in order in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. And the only hit he's given up has been the leadoff double by Gamble to start this game off for Bridgeport. As a big cut taken by Nate Billy on the first offering from Jack Franklin, 0-1. Jack working quickly. 0-1 pitch, just missing low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Is that pitch high? Nate Billy 0 for 1. See, grounded back to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. 2-1 pitch high, and for the first time tonight, Jack Franklin has gone 3 balls and a strike to a Bridgeport batter. 3-1 pitch. 3-2 to Billy. Cruz will be the next batter. 3-2 pitch. And Billy stays alive as he fouls that one off. First base side. Payoff pitch once again. Swing and a miss. Billy goes down as another strikeout victim. 2 straight strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down for Bridgeport in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Jacob Cruz now the batter. First pitch misses low. Nice job behind the plate to block that one by Brady Radzimski. 1-0. Jacob Cruz came into tonight's action hitting .333. Second pitch high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on for Bridgeport. 2-2, 3-0. Jack, after going 3-0 to Nate Billy, came back to strike him out. Goes 3-0 to Jacob Cruz. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Franklin battles back. Three-one pitch, make it 3-2, and Cruz thought he had a free pass down to first base, threw that bat down and started his way towards first base, and Jack battles back, count full. Payoff pitch, check swing. They're going to give the walk to Cruz, and the first walk given up on the night by Jack Franklin. And with 2 outs, it'll be Levi Wyards. And Wyards up for the second time tonight. First pitch missing for ball 1, 1-0. The 1-1 pitch. Franklin fires across the strike to make it 1-1. 2 outs, 1 on. Gering on top, 10-0. As Wyards fouls this one in the air, third base side, giving chase from third base is Tristan Strau. It'll go out of play. And a ball and 2 strikes to Wyards. Cruz on at first base. 2 down. And Bridgeport down to their last strike right here. 1-2 pitch, swung on. That's dropped by Radzimski. He'll throw it on to first base to complete the strikeout and complete the game. And that will do it as Gering wins it 10-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
You might not know that Renewal by Anderson is a local family business. The owner here is Andy Stelflew. He's a 4th-generation rancher who learned about customer service and the land of opportunity early on.
Over and over again I heard, it's about the customer. It's signature service, treating the customer the right way. What a blessing it is to live in America. What a blessing it is to live in a country of the free, that if you want to do something grow, you can.
Renewal by Anderson, great windows and great local people who never forget it's about the customer.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B.
To go to 5-1, or check that 5-1 on the year. We'll come back with the Runs of Postgame show as Gering wins it 10-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Ten to nothing, Gering gets the win over Bridgeport here. And joining us on the Runs of Postgame show is Danny O'Boyle. Impressive performance tonight by Jack Franklin. Gives up the leadoff hit to their leadoff hitter to start the game, and from then on, it was lights out.
Yeah, Jack threw really well tonight. That's probably the best we've seen Jack look in quite some time, and that's not a knock to him. I think he just elevated his performance tonight, and he kind of forced us to go away from our game plan a little bit because he got into a groove. We didn't plan on throwing him that much. Just wanted him to get some work in because he hadn't thrown in a little while. And like I said, he settled into a groove. He had great command over his fastball and his off speed, and he pitched extremely well tonight.
Didn't get a lot of chances at the plate tonight. They were struggling just a little bit on the pitching side. What kind of things did you see at the plate? You had a couple of base hits, but for the most part it was...
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, we just had to try to take advantage of walks and pass balls and those sort of things. It seemed like when we were at the plate, we just had to wait and wait and wait and wait. It was very slow-paced, and that's basically the opposite of what we like to do. But we talked to our hitters. At the end of the day, we got to be able to make those adjustments because we're going to see pitching like this from time to time. So just working on squaring the ball up a little bit and trying not to leave as many runners on base.
Talking about squaring the ball up, Brady Radzimski with a couple of great hits. I think a couple of doubles, if I look at it real quickly, had a single and a double in the game and kind of got things rolling for you on the hitting side.
Yeah, definitely. He came out right away, I think, first pitch and drove a little blooper into center and then came up his second at bat and put one off the wall and left. So he had a great approach tonight. He was ready to go, and that kind of sparked us offensively.
In our pregame comments, Rick kind of said this is the kind of team that you have to pay attention to because if you make a few mistakes, they're sitting right in there with you. How impressed were you with what the team did tonight? Not a lot of, as we said, not a lot of opportunities to plate. Jack had it going. He just really never was able to let Bridgeport in the game tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It just felt like we were in control of the game, and like you mentioned, and like Coach K mentioned, it's you got to take these teams serious because if you let them hang around, they will. And we came out, we loaded the bases right away in the first inning. Unfortunately, we only got 1 run out of the deal, but we were threatening a lot, and so it just seemed like we were always in control. And you have to be in games like this because we've been on the opposite end before where we come in and take somebody too lightly and it doesn't go our way. So it was good to see our kids just keep going throughout the game and end this one a little bit early.
Tomorrow night you're back at home. Sydney comes to town, a team that you started out a little slow against in your opening game of the season. Sidney lost to this Bridgeport team. What do you expect to see from Sidney tomorrow night?
Sydney's the same thing. We got to come ready to play every single time we play them. They always give us their best. They're a scrappy team. They have a lot of good athletes, so we've got to be ready to go from the opening pitch.
All right, Brian, Danny, appreciate Brian on the brain. Danny, we appreciate you stopping by tonight. Impressive performance tonight.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right, Danny O'Boyle joins us here on the Runs and Post Game Show. Gering gets the 10-0 win over Bridgeport on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Imagine Wi-Fi like you've never experienced. Imagine Wi-Fi that delivers the ultimate coverage, security, and performance. Now, you don't have to imagine. Experience the Allo Blast. Built with advanced Wi-Fi 6 technology, the Allo Blast lets you do more anywhere in your home without interruption. It's time to give your Wi-Fi a blast. Contact Allo today.
And back here on the Runs and Post Game Show, Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town and like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff, Gering, and Chadron. For Gering Platte Valley companies tonight, 10 runs on 3 hits, no errors. For Bridgeport, no runs on 1 hit and no errors is Jack Franklin with a 1-hitter tonight. He strikes out 12 and gives up only 1 walk. Gering on the box score tonight. Brady Radzimski, 2 for 3 on the night. He drives in 2 runs. Looking down the Dalton Weiss went 1 for 2. He drove in a run tonight. Riley Hoke with 1 RBI also tonight. Jack Franklin with an RBI as Gering gets the 10-0 win over Bridgeport. We'll come back with our Taco John's player of the game, wrap things up from Bridgeport as Gering wins at 10-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
May is National Electrical Safety Month. Accidents and fires involving electricity result in more than 1,000 deaths and tens of thousands of injuries every year. The majority of those tragedies could be prevented with greater awareness of how to stay safe. Start by involving children by inviting them to visit safeelectricity.org. So let's all do our part to learn more about electrical safety during the month of May. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your Touchstone Energy partner, the power of human connections.
And Jeff Kelly back here in Bridgeport on the Runs and Post Game Show. Gering gets the 10-0 win over the Bridgeport Bombers. And now time to name our player of the game. And the player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering, Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. Really no question. Jack Franklin, our Taco John's player of the game, as he goes 5 innings, gives up only 1 hit, no runs. He strikes out 12 and walks 1. So Jack Franklin, our Taco John's player of the game, as Gering gets a 10-0 win over Bridgeport. They'll be back in action tomorrow night at home as Sydney comes to town, and we'll have that one for you on 106.9 The Trail. So I'd like to thank our KNEB.TV crew here tonight, Ani and TJ, bringing you the action on the TV side. And I'll join you tomorrow night from Oregon Trail Park in Gering as Gering takes on Sydney. But for tonight, from Bridgeport, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone.